Welcome back, Scale Modelers, to SMKR. This is your host, Steve. I am back with another Arrma Hobby 1/72nd scale model kit review, and this is the expert set for the Hurricane Mk1. It contains plastic parts, decals, masks, photo etch, and the like. The decals are provided for 4 different aircraft, and we'll look at that as we go along in this review when we go through the instructions. Kit number 70019. Now let me go ahead and open this up. I apologize, the box was damaged. That's how it was received, but I'm sure the model kit is just fine. I haven't looked at it yet. This is a third review of Arrma Hobby kits that I've done for you. The other 2, I'll put links down below. But anyway, this is what it looks like. And so far everything looks okay there. Give me a second to take this out of the plastic and I will be right back. Okay, they are out of the plastic. Of course, we have clear sprue with the canopies and windshield, and the expert set usually includes the photo etch brass, so we'll look at that here in a second. The instructions themselves, let's look at that just real quick. Stapled at the end, color, decals insert in the middle for protection, which I like. I like how they do that. And then the instructions are very reminiscent of the Eduard kits. I've said that before, but in this case, very detailed here. Okay, very detailed. I'm impressed. Got a QR code down there. You can scan that to see where it takes you. And moving on, total of 20 steps involved here, and we'll get a closer look at this here in a little bit. Markings, decal placement. There we go. So what you've come for are the sprues. This time we have 2 sets of sprues. We have a sprue with some propeller spinners, wheels, rudder, and the pilot chair, and the main sprue here. This is the underside. I'll flip this over, and of course this contains the wing, fuselage, interior components, scoops, and such. So let's get a closer look at this. And much of this we've seen before in the last review of the Hurricane I did, the Mk2 version, and you can see very crisp, fine, recessed panel lines. Some raised detail, it's very modest, and looks very nice there. Then we have inside the landing gear bays, the detail there. Horizontal stabilizer, and you can see the fabric covering on that, just a little bit there as I move it. The exhaust tips are the exhausts themselves. Moving forward here, details on the fuselage. Once again, great representation of the fabric covering. And noting the sprue attachments are a little bit intrusive. You're going to have to do some sanding, do some work to smooth that out without doing away with any of the fine detail here. Once again, more fabric covering. Pilot control stick, intake cooler for the side of the fuselage, rudder pedals, elevators, trim tabs. Once again, nice fabric covering represented here. Landing gear doors, the base of the prop spinner, top of the wing. Very nice there. Little bit of a funny bit going on, the trailing edge of the wing there. We'll get a closer look at that here in a second. And you can see the fabric covering for the aileron is very subtle. Here's the scoop for underneath. Oil cooler scoop. The back bulkhead of the cockpit. Flooring details, sidewall detail of the interior cockpit. Two different styles of propellers. Example of the landing gear, very fragile here. And just a discoloration of the plastic. There's no issue there whatsoever besides that. Interior detail of the cockpit on the bottom of the wing. Remember, there's no floor to the cockpit here. It's strictly, you're going to see all the cables, push-pull rods and such. More details for inside the cockpit. Instrument panel. Another view of the exhaust pipes. More details for the landing gear bay. Inside view of the landing gear doors. Notice there's no mold release or pin release marks. The pins are actually on the outside of that. That's very nice. No cleanup involved there. That's a nice touch, and I noticed that with the others that I reviewed previously. A little bit of interior detail in the cockpit side. And that again. And one more view of the structure for inside the cockpit. Here's the next small sprue that was included. We have the tires, wheel and tires, and they are flat on one side. Pilot seat. We get photo etch for the seat belts, obviously. The rudder and vertical stabilizer. Nice here with the fabric covering. Tail wheel. And three different types of prop spinners, and you can see the differences in those. Clear parts. We have nav lights, landing lights, and the front windscreen. And two canopies. One canopy to position closed and the other to position open. The wider one on the right is the one that will be open. And the paint masks for the canopies. You can just barely see them. Very nice to get those included. Also for the wheel and tires. Very nice. And the photo etch brass. And like I said, this is only included with the expert kits that are out there. Very nice. Great detail there. Looks like a Sutton harness. Very nice. And here's the decals. As you know, they were put in between the instructions, which is a very nice touch. You can tell the folks that make these kits are model builders themselves, because that helps protect these decals along with this cover here. And like I said, we have 3 different versions that can be built up here with these decals. Let's get a closer look. And of course some of the tail codes there. Very nice. Decal for the instrument panel. All the stenciling. Different tail flash. Very nice. And just as before, these instructions are in English and in Polish. These kits are made in Poland. Very nice there. And the colors involved here. How to use the masks. You can see there, working on the landing gear wheel bay. Two wing halves together, the pilot's seat belts, instrument panel assembly, interior of the cockpit, how to put all that together to side panels, inserting the instrument panel, control column, control stick. Now we put the 2 fuselage halves together with the pilot's seat. Install the horizontal stabilizer, vertical stabilizer onto the fuselage. Install the wing. Add the details to the landing gear. Intake scoops, oil cooler scoop, nav light. All the different scoops depending on the version you build. Exhaust pipes, propeller, spinner, the windshield, canopies. Here's the first option. The second option. Third option. And the fourth option. So let me take everything out here and we'll start with the review. And that was the open box review of the Expert Set Hurricane Mk1 by Arrma Hobbies, kit number 70019 in 1/72nd scale. It's a fantastic kit. Can't wait to build it. Let me know if you have already built this or you have this kit sitting on the shelf and ready to go. tell me what you think about the Arrma Hobby kits. I do have the 1/48 scale Hurricane on its way, so I'll be reviewing that as soon as I get it. So if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. It's going to help me get my channel out there with the algorithms. I'm trying to make my channel noticed, and I should have more subscribers than what I actually have. Anyway, happy modeling everybody, and take care.